Hello, everybody. I guess I'm a little early. Oh, it's 2 now. So, I am going to start trying to do these weekly as much as possible when I'm not traveling and I'm in the office. And the goal is just to kind of go over some marketing tips, tools. Let's take my glasses off so I'm not. For small businesses. And last week I kind of went over Google My Business. This week I don't have one particular thing, but I thought we could go over some various marketing ideas and just kind of talk over small business marketing in general and what are some good practices, what I have found in my experience. I have been doing the entrepreneur thing for a very long time. Even when I was younger, I babysat, but then as an adult, my first real, I think, jump into it. Well, my mom used to own a landscape maintenance company, so I helped her with that when I was younger, and I watched her with marketing and all of that. When I was in my early 20s, I jumped on the eBay bandwagon, so I did drop shipping, I did resale. I loved Gymboree when my daughter was little, and I used to sell her clothes. So I kind of got into that. I started building websites, not too much after that time. Did some blogging. So I had that experience, trying to think of all the things that I've done. Fast forward, I started my own company in 2015, a travel agency. Started from nothing, and I had to market that on my own and figure out how to get business. Even now, it's actually, COVID obviously hurt it for the last couple of years, but I have a total of 7 agents that work for the company. I handle the marketing primarily, and all the business side of the business, and the travel, other agents just handle the actual booking of travel and clients. So I have a lot of experience with marketing. I also worked as a virtual assistant for other companies, helping them with their systems and their marketing and those type of things. So I think I have a decent hand on marketing, especially for small businesses. So hopefully I have some ideas and some knowledge that will be of assistance of you. I would like to start fielding questions. So So this is a new thing for me, the Facebook Live. I had always wanted to do it, but I was kind of scared, honestly. I don't really like being on camera. So I've been doing these for just a couple times now, and the software I used the first week stopped working this morning. It stopped working with Facebook, so I had to scramble and find new software. I used direct Facebook. This morning I did a live for Keep Saudi Daisy Beautiful, which is a nonprofit that my husband and I started with our friend Jim. So I didn't really care for that. It didn't work that good. I found another software that I'm using now, and it's called StreamYard.com. And so far, I'm really happy with it. It has a 14-day free trial. So if doing this live marketing is something that you're interested in, I highly recommend this. So far, I've been really liking it, and you can use it on your cell phone. So when I do meetings and other things that people might want to be at but can't, I'm going to try doing that with those and see how that goes. But yeah, so far so good. This is definitely one of those things as a small business that you could do that would really help with your online presence, letting people know about your company, Facebook Lives or YouTube Live or Vimeo. Vimeo you have to pay, Twitch. I'm trying to think. All that you can do them on Instagram. Of course, you could do almost all the different social media apps. I'm trying to think of all of them, but you can do some type of video like this on there, and it's really popular. It's kind of even the podcast type stuff, even without the video, just talking and interviewing or talking about something relevant about your industry seems to be really popular, on trend. I kind of thought those things were going to go away, like podcasts, when they first came out. I used to get the story ones for my daughter when she was little, like 10 years ago. And I was like, meh, this might not stay around. But now, like Joe Rogan and those long form podcasts are super popular. And a lot of times they'll do these kind where there's a video actually that goes along with it. So they'll post it on a platform that has video like YouTube or Spotify. And then they also can post it on the podcast ones that don't have video, so people can listen like when they're in the car and stuff. So you can get a lot of use out of this kind of thing if you do it right. Like if you do it on one of these streaming services, you actually can download the video afterwards. You can share it to multiple places while you're doing it. So like this one, I think you can share it to 3 places with their lowest price plan, and then if you upgrade, you can share it to 8, I think. So all the different there's different software, and they can do different things, and they have different price points. A lot of them, they do have a free one if you just want to try it out, and you can always just do it directly through Facebook as well if it's something you want to try out. So I have some notes here. So this is content marketing, blogs, social media posting, videos, all of this. You're creating content to market your product. And the nice thing about content marketing is most of it, especially when you're starting out, you can do for free. You can just make the content. Like I'm making the content right now. I could go write a blog post. I can go post on social media. I don't have to pay anybody to do that for me. But I mean, you can pay people to do it for you too. Like if you don't want to do videos, you can pay people to do videos for you. You don't want to post on your social media, you can pay people to do that. You don't want to write a blog, you can pay people to do that. And I like on my travel agency, my business, I've had a blog writer on there she's been with me for a few years now. She's amazing. And it's really nice because she finds a topic and writes about it, and she posts it, and I don't have to worry. But I mean, I pay for that. So there's pros and cons to both. But in the beginning, if you have a very small budget, which usually when you're starting out business, you have a very small to no budget, you can do all those things yourself, and it's very effective. Other things that I think are very important, I noticed here in Sandi Daisy, Tennessee, where we moved, people, the way that most businesses have gotten business probably for a while is just been referral marketing. Everybody knows everybody. They go to church together. They're friends, family, have grown up together. And so a lot of the businesses have not had to do much other marketing. Like some of them don't even have a website. There's a good percentage of them here in Sandi Daisy that aren't even on Google. Like you can search the company and you can't even find it. So referral marketing is old school marketing, I guess. Like you could say but it's very important even for modern businesses to do referral marketing. That's a lot of how I started my business is in Arizona. It was where I lived when I first started the business, and networking was a huge thing there. Like you could basically network every hour of every day. Like you could just go from networking event to networking event from early in the morning till evening. They had morning networking, they had night networking, so you could go do networking all the time. I really do not like speaking in public. Like speech was like the scariest class for me in college. Like I totally did not like it. So it was a very big transition for me to start going out and networking, but I made myself do it. And that is probably the biggest thing that helped me grow my business at first, because I moved to an area, like when we moved to Arizona, we had no family or friends. Like I didn't know anybody. So my business was completely grown from networking and what I could do online with my online marketing. So definitely worthwhile here in my local area. Networking is still growing. There's not a ton of networking. There's a couple different groups that network, and then there's the chambers. I think pretty much every place has a chamber. That's like the old school networking that has been businesses networking for forever, really. So since I don't know when the first chamber started, but it's been around for a while. BNI, there's groups like that you can network. And then there's just a lot of things people don't think about. Like social groups are actually great places to network. Like you don't want to go to like advertise to people, but I mean, I'm sure you know when you go to any type of social event, like one of the first questions that comes up is like, what do you do? And so when people meet you and they like you and they find out what you do, then that's a good chance that maybe that person is going to come and do business with you when they need whatever product or service that you sell. So the more that you can go out and meet people, the better, whether that's business networking, social networking, your church, groups, clubs, all of that kind of stuff is very good for networking and getting that word of mouth referral. So I highly suggest if you are new in business, or if maybe you're not getting the amount of business that you would like with a business you've had for a while, to try networking. And if you're a business that's already been established, try networking new places that you haven't been before. Stretch yourself out, go join a new club. There's clubs for everything. There's fishing clubs, kayaking clubs, rock climbing club, whatever you like to do, sewing. Go out, and Meetup is still a thing pretty much everywhere. I think go to meetup.com is a good place to find clubs and groups, hiking. I mean, even Facebook, there's a lot of local groups on there. So networking, I think, especially when you don't have a budget and it's just you doing most of the marketing. Now, this is harder if you are like doing a service business and it takes a lot of time. I understand, like it's hard to get time to network too, but try to find time to do it just a little bit, as much as you can. Like I said, there's evening events, morning events, even here where there's not a lot of stuff yet. I've found evening stuff and morning stuff and lunchtime ones, and so there should be something that you can fit into your schedule to network. So that would be my number one suggestion for a new business for trying to get clients and just grow your business is networking. We're going to go back to that old school referral business. So that is number one. Let's see. So the power of referrals is definitely important. Once you start having clients, getting reviews is probably one of the most important things that you can do. So if you don't have your Google My Business set up, go do that. Get your Google My Business set up so that you can start soliciting reviews from all of your customers, and ask them for a review. Most people will write a review. I mean, if they had a really bad experience, maybe you don't want to ask them, but I mean, honest reviews can be a good thing. I mean, like if you made a mistake, you can always apologize for your mistake and try to make it better. And sometimes a customer who sees that type of interaction on your reviews is going to trust your company more than if you just have all 5-star reviews. So it's not the end of the world if somebody who didn't have the best experience leaves you a review. It's really in how you react to that review that's going to make the difference. Always apologize, whether you think so or not. The customer is always right. They're not, but you know what I mean? Like you have to make it be very polite and let people know that you're being understanding and that you're working to try to make it better. You can't always. Some people just don't want to be happy. Some people just want to be angry. So you ain't going to make it better with everybody, but what you respond in your reviews is still going to make a big difference. So you always want to make sure you respond with, taking, I don't know how to say it, like being honest, but, saying you're sorry and trying to make it better. Okay, let's see. I really personally think like before you start buying ads and stuff, you should do everything you can in the free. So have your Google My Business set up, do the networking, have a Facebook business page, have an Instagram business page. Those two connect together. There's no reason not to have both of those things now. You can actually even post on on your Instagram from Facebook. Like you can go to one place, set up all your posts on one place, and you can schedule them ahead of time. So you can spend, like, if you only have a few hours for marketing a week, you can take those time and schedule ahead, get those set up. There's lots of other places like Nextdoor you could set up if that seems like it's a happening platform in your area. Twitter, I haven't found much success in Twitter, but some people love it. So if you're witty and you have a lot of funny stuff to say, maybe Twitter would work good if, like, you can make your business. I'm not super witty, I guess, and I'm not good at one-liners. So Twitter hasn't been successful for me, but it doesn't mean it wouldn't be successful for you. That's also, I think, trying new things, trying as much as you can, especially in the free realm. Like, if you don't have to pay, definitely try it out. Give it a good chance. Don't try everything at once. Pick a few things, try those out, give it 6 months. If you're not seeing any results from those, don't do those things anymore. Try a few more things. It takes a while to figure out because depending on your personality, your company, like what you sell, things will be different. Like for me, travel, Facebook has actually been the best, which a lot of people say Instagram. I paid a young, like 16-year-old to run my Instagram for a while too, because I thought, well, maybe Instagram is just not my thing, and she'd do better, but still had traffic and, likes and comments, but not leads. For me personally, Google, number one for leads. Getting people to find you on Google is like the gold standard. Like if you can get Google, you are going to be very well off. Facebook has been probably my second, but it took a while. Facebook is definitely more of the place to nurture long-term leads. So those are going to be people that are going to be engaging with you and kind of growing. It's almost like a relationship. Facebook is like it's relationship marketing. So those are people that you're going to maybe get to come to your business page, but they're only going to keep coming back if you kind of have something of value to them, and that's not going to be being sold. Like people on Facebook somebody told me back in the day when I was learning marketing myself that social media is like a party, and nobody wants to go to a party and have somebody come up and like try to sell them life insurance or anything. Like those are the people you avoid at the party. You don't want to talk to those people. So you can definitely sell on Facebook, but you need to have other content. Most of your content should not be sales content. It should be interesting facts that align to whatever your product or service is, or quotes, or videos, or teaching people something, telling them how to do something that, maybe it's even something you do. Like I do people's social media for them. I get it set up, but I also want to help people learn how to do that, because really that's my main goal in all of this, is to help all the businesses grow, especially in my area. I really would like to see Saudi Daisy businesses be able to I can't say I listened to my video last week and I said way too many times. I'm going to try not to do that. Help Saudi Daisy businesses become future proof, because this area is developing rapidly. We just have some new developments that are going to be coming into the area that are going to change a lot of the way of life around here. And I think the way business has been ran, a lot of the old referral marketing is not going to be as valuable, because there's going to be a lot of new people moving into the area that are going to be looking on Google and looking on social media, and they don't know people to ask for those referrals. So trying to get businesses to be able to make it in the future markets is a goal for me, just because I understand what it could be like. Living in Arizona, I had a kind of a peek into the future, because Arizona grew rapidly. Like we lived in Gilbert, Arizona, and 10 years prior, like where our home was, used to be farmland. And basically, it just developed overnight. And it was probably, I don't know, Arizona is is different than any other place that I've been, just because there's people from all over the country there, and how rapidly that it grew and how late it was developed. So it's very modern. Everything is, I guess, modern. It's like you can kind of see the future of everything in Arizona, in my opinion. It just, and marketing and the future of the way businesses ran. Like there's so many new businesses in Arizona that I haven't seen anywhere else. Like they started the mobile thing that a lot of places are doing now. Like they had a mobile, I had a mobile oil change person come to my house and change my oil. You get everything mobile in Arizona. So a lot of things that I feel will be coming to the East Coast, to the South, were already in Arizona. So anyways, that's just my perspective. I could totally be wrong, but I think that those changes are coming our way. Another thing, before you pay for ads, a lot of people think right away that they need to start getting Facebook ads or Google ads. I highly suggest that you figure out what you're going to do with those leads first, because the problem is you pay for ads, the people click your website and they read it and they may be interested, which is what made them click the ad, but they might not be ready to buy or, get your service, buy your product, whatever at that moment. And they're going to leave your website and you've paid for that lead, but then they're gone. And there's no way for you to have any type of follow-up relationship with them unless you have something set up, like you have a landing page, which is a specific page that you build for that ad campaign that has some specific information, or it has some sort of free offer. Like a lot of people will make like a little PDF guide, giving them information that pertains to your company. I'm saying again, I apologize. That pertains to your company, your product, your service. Like I had one that I ran for Awaken Travels that was like a destination wedding guide for Cancun. So my ads were about getting married in Cancun, and then they would click into this landing page, and that's what it would be. It'd be this destination wedding guide for Cancun. They would put in their email address, and then I had what they call a drip campaign through my email marketing system, where they would get an email every day for, I think it was 5 days, and it would be the guide. It'd be the wedding guide. Instead of doing a PDF, I did a drip campaign for email. And the reason I did that is another marketing person that I got advice from early on said that was really good if you could get people used to opening your emails. So a lot of times if you have some valuable information or a coupon code or something you want to give them, and you have an email program that you're doing like newsletters or whatever, if you can do a drip campaign, that information is only going to be given to those people by them clicking through to your email. It trains them to see your emails and open them. And it makes sure that they have you, so you're not going into their spam folder, because they're going to want to make sure they see that email so they get that knowledge, that coupon code, whatever it is that you're providing them. So I always suggest, before you spend any money on ads, you have something like that set up, something that's going to capture that lead. You're going to get their phone number, their name, their email, and maybe you don't have an email campaign, maybe you do a text campaign, whatever. Just have something that you're going to do with that lead, so you're just throwing away money, I think, if you don't. Because yes, some of those people may be ready to buy, but the majority of them are not going to be ready to make a purchase from you at that time. And they're going to forget about you. They're going to click off your website. They're going to go along on their life, and they're going to forget about you. But you're paid for them. You paid for that lead with the ads. And they're not cheap. Ads are not cheap at all. So don't do ads, in my opinion, until you've got everything else set up. Ads are like step 6 or 7. You make sure you have your business, like a basic website. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, but some type of website. Google My Business even has like ones that are really cheap that you can set up with Google My Business. If you don't want to have to deal with all the other things, there's all sorts of other platforms that you can build a website, have some sort of website, have your Google My Business set up, have a Facebook business page, have an Instagram business page. Like I said, Instagram and Facebook can all be dealt with. It's something called like the Meta Business something now, but it basically, you'll see it when you go into your Facebook business page. You can post on both. Anywhere else that you think your audience will be, you can do a business page there too. But I would just start with those things and get those set up. Have consistent branding. Make a logo. You can go on Canva, make your own logo for very cheap, or go to Fiverr, pay for one of them to make your logo. Or if you have enough money, hire somebody to make a designer logo for you. I mean, it will be nicer, and it will do more with your brand. Like I had a professional logo made when I first started my business, and she sat down with me and consulted and talked about my vision for the company, and found out more about me and made my logo, and it was really awesome. So there is something to be said. I don't want to like talk bad, because those people are definitely well trained, and there's a reason that they charge the amount of money they do. But when you're first starting out, you don't usually have a lot of money. So you can do one on Canva on your own. It's not going to be the most amazing thing, but it's still better than nothing. Fiverr, you can hire somebody to do a logo for you for pretty cheap. There's other companies too, but Fiverr is pretty good because you can see reviews. Fiverr, you can find people to do almost anything. Like you have any type of project you need done. I'll put in the comments the link for Fiverr, if you haven't heard of it, it's basically a company you can hire people to do all sorts of stuff for you. I mean, you can even hire them to do your ads and stuff like that. Like I said, don't do that yet. Get your brandings, pick some colors like that you need to, with your logo, you'll have 3, 4, maybe 5 colors that are your brand colors. Try to be consistent with when you're posting on your website, when you're building your website, when you're posting on your social media, anything you do, you make a flyer, you make a graphic, anything, you'll want to use those same colors. So that's important, just to make you look professional. You'll get those things set up. You'll start doing some networking, get your first few clients. When you get those first few clients, you're going to have them write reviews and have those on your Google My Business listing and Facebook and anywhere else anywhere else you're listed. Try to get those reviews. Just ask. Most people will do it. Make sure you have the link. Make it easy for them though. You ask them, and then you send them like an email or a text with the link. So it's just simple. They click the link, they go in, and they do it. The easier you make it, the more likely they're going to be to do it. I think that's a good start. That's my basic, let's get this business marketing plan. There's a lot of other things. And like I said, it kind of depends what industry you're in, what your product is. Are you selling, products online? Do you have a shop in town? Is it homemade goods? Are you selling on Etsy, or are you a service? Are you a massage therapist? Are you a travel agent? Are you whatever? So there are some specific things depending on industry, but the basics I think are pretty solid for any industry. You just want to make sure you get all of those main things covered first. It's not as glamorous, and it is time consuming, especially getting a decent website, writing like your mission statement or your tagline, your About Us page. And one other thing I'll leave you on, because I'm going to stop this at 2:30, because I think 30 minutes is enough of me yapping. But one other thing that I think is really important is making your business have your personality, like be authentic. Like don't be afraid to post pictures of yourself and make your business look like just more friendly. People are very weary of, corporate, like just too sterile So, I mean, having photos of you and your staff, maybe even having fun, doing videos, just showing your personality is really gonna pay off as well, because people want to do business with people they know, like, and trust. And by being authentic and showing your personality and your true self through your business, then you're gonna be more likely to be trusted. So that is just my 2 cents. Leave me some comments or some questions, and hopefully some businesses can start asking some questions and I can start answering them, and then we'll be a little bit more organized. But like I said, this is new for me. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone in 2022, so I hope you will do the same, and we will together get our businesses growing, and it will be great. So hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you.